think the first step was for me to get clear on what I wanted. And that took several years. I was in the real estate business, and this was a sideline thing that I was doing. So I was just kind of collecting information, doing research, going to workshops, going to conferences to try to learn more about it. And I kept coming back to Nashville, and I would say, let's have a co-housing community, and a group of people would form around that. And we would identify some land, and we would consider it, and it didn't work out, and then the group would fall apart. And then that happened 2 or 3 or 4 times, and finally I said to myself, if this is going to be, I'm going to have to do something about it. And because I was a commercial real estate broker, I knew how to put land under contract, and I knew there was a tract of land already available in the city that we could put under contract for this purpose. So I just went on and put it under contract. So I took that step, and I stepped out believing that somehow this would work, not having any knowledge at all of really how to do it. And so then I said to all this group of people that I'd been talking to, who wants this property? Who wants to live here? Well, 3 people stepped forward. So there were 3 households. And it was interesting. There was a young man that was an architect. There was a lady that was an attorney. And there was a lady that worked with the CEO in the city, and she was an administrative assistant who was very experienced in organizing people and getting people and structured in the right way. So we had all 4 components automatically. We had a commercial real estate agent, we had an architect, we had an attorney, and we had a person who could organize things. It was really interesting. I began to notice that when you put a vision out there and you say who's interested in this vision, that the people who come forward will generally be the people who can actually help put it together in some form. And so we grew from 4 people or 4 households then to another 4 or 5 households, and mostly the ones that came forward from there were teachers. And they were people that could help us get flyers out, communicate what we were doing, help us to get further organized, set up our committees, all of that. And then over a period of time, there were more people that were drawn to it. We did lose a few people in the process, but it was strange how they contributed to what was needed. When we began to raise a lot of money, there was a CPA that came forward, a retired CFO. It was just always the people that we needed. So I learned that as you begin to organize a group, the resources will come.